Good morning, student. Today we will discuss a new topic, figure of speech. Okay, very well, very good topic about literature because we need in every step this topic, figure of speech. Basically, you all are aware what is figure of speech. Figure of speech is required to decorate the literature. Okay, literature को decorate, beautify के लिए we need figure of speech. So today we will discuss. Okay, in poetry and in prose we will read also. So before starting the literature we will discuss the figure of speech. We will learn about the terms used in figure of speech. Okay, so kindly pay attention. The first figure of speech is simile. Simile is used for comparison. And comparison, when we make comparison with the word like and as, with the help of these words like and as, when we made any comparison, so this is use the term simile. Okay, when we do the direct comparison, then we use metaphor. For example, when we will take an example, okay, see fort like a lion. Sorry. He fought like a tiger. Okay, we have taken an example. He fought like a tiger. In that, the comparison between he and tiger. Okay, they have made a comparison with the word. Okay, so this term is known as simile. Okay, when we make comparison. Okay, she fought like a warrior. Okay, एक योद्धा की तरह लड़ना. She fought like a warrior. When we make comparison with the help of like or as, then we will call it simile. But when we make direct comparison, for example, in the sentence, he is a tiger. Okay, we can write directly also. Okay, he is a tiger. That means we are comparing him with tiger, but directly. So this term is known as metaphor. This type of device is used in our literary segment. So simile and metaphor. Understood? Very simple topic, simile and metaphor. It is being asked. Okay, now I will take few examples from your textbook. Okay, which is in your 9th or 10th, 11th and 12th. We are reading poetry. So in that poetry also there are few examples. I will take few examples. On the pad of velvet white. On the pad of velvet white. On the pads of velvet white. Okay, velvet white. Okay, now this line is taken from your point. Okay, from the 9th, 10th standard point. A tiger in the zoo. Okay, the point is taken, tiger in the zoo. And this line is taken to what this line say? On the pad. Okay, we are discussing about the tiger. Whose tiger pads is just like velvet white. Okay, but we didn't use like or as. We had made a direct comparison. So this line show metaphor. This line show metaphor. Understood? So how we have to identify? These are asked in your exam. Okay, one mark question will be there in your exam. Okay, so make a note of it. Understood? Now we will take next example. I am taking it in very short so that you can understand. Okay, if you had any doubt you can ask your doubts also after the class. You can send me the on WhatsApp number. Next is oxymoron or paradox. Oxymoron and paradox. Okay, I am taking it parallelly. Why? Because we can do the comparison. There should not be any doubt while while solving. Okay, while reading the text. Okay, when we use two words opposite to each other. Okay, when we use two words which are opposite to each other. Opposite to each other. Okay, for example, he is a happily married bachelor. Okay, he is a happily married bachelor. Okay. So in he is also bachelor, also married also. Okay, how it is possible? It is not possible. But we are using the statement, so it is oxymoron. So it is oxymoron. Next example we will take. Life is bittersweet. Life is bittersweet. Okay, you can see in this example, bitter is also used and opposite to. Okay, both are contradictory. Okay, both are opposite each other. Both are opposite each other. But we are using this type of statement in our literature. Okay, in our poetry, you often find this type of segments. Okay, to beautify the language. So in that we can mark it is oxymoron. So what is the difference between oxymoron and paradox? In these only words are different, but in paradox statements are different. When statement or phrase are opposite each other. Opposite each other. Okay, when statement or phrase are opposite each other, in that case we call it paradox. Okay, now we will take the example of paradox. Okay, we will take the example of a poem, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. From that poem, the example is taken. Okay, water, everywhere, water, everywhere, water. Not any drop to drink. Not any drop to drink. Okay, now the first statement what see. Okay, it symbolizes the water. Mean water is everywhere. Mean sea or ocean. Water is available everywhere. But contrary statement, not any drop to drink. Okay, we cannot drink ocean water or sea water because it is salty water. Saline water is there. Okay, so this is the example of paradox. So next we will take alliteration. I hope you are getting the points. Okay, why the figure of speech is useful. Okay, we will read the literature segment, and in that literature segment, okay, these terms will be used. Okay, and exam point of view, it is very important. In poetry, there will be stanza, and in that stanza, one question will be from figure of speech, alliteration. Alliteration and repetition. Okay, alliteration and repetition. Again, I am telling you, I am taking parallelly because there will be no doubt. Okay, both are similar. Okay, there are little bit difference. I will explain you the difference. You can mark the difference so you will not be confused while identifying in your literature. Okay, alliteration when repetition of word sound initially. ओके, शुरुआत में सेम वर्ड होना, स्टार्टिंग में. ओके, इन स्टार्टिंग. ओके, रिपीटिशन ऑफ सेम वर्ड. ओके, सिंपली वी कैन राइट रिपीटिशन ऑफ सेम वर्ड इन स्टार्टिंग ऑफ वर्ड. Okay, repetition of same word. For example, alliteration. For example, we will take the example has given my heart. Has given my heart. Okay, you can mark this H and H. Okay, so it is alliteration because one word is same. It is repeating in the same line. Okay, this is taken from dust of snow. Dust of snow from 10th. Okay, the mostly example I have taken from your literature only so that you will not confuse. Okay, it is written in your dust of snow, the third line of your first poem of 10th. Okay, she sell by seashore. She sells, she sell. She sell by the seashore. Okay, now you can mark. Okay, S sound, S sound, S sound, S sound. It is repetition of the same sound. Okay, so we will call it alliteration. Understood? We will call it alliteration. Okay, now repetition. When word or phrase is repeated. When word or phrase is repeated in following lines. Okay, when words or phrase is repeated, we will call it, when words or phrase is repeated, we will call it repetition. Okay, in this case the whole word will repeat 2-3 times. Okay, so we will quote it. Some say the word will end in the. Okay, it is also from your poem of 10th. You might have seen, few students might have read, 11th and 12th students, they might have read. Okay, 10th student they will read now. Okay, and 9th will read in the next class. Okay, repetition. Some say the word will. Okay, some say the word will die in fire. Will end in fire. Some say in ice. Okay, now look into the example. Some say the world will end in fire. Some in ice. Okay, so some is repeating. The whole word is repeating and 2 consecutive lines. Understood? So we will call it repetition. Okay, this is the example. Okay, from your 10th poem, Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice. Second poem written by Robert Frost. Okay, so this example is also taken from your literature section. Okay, now similar to this we will read another segment. Assonance and consonants. Assonance. Next is assonance and consonants. Okay, assonance and consonants. Okay, when repetition of vowel sound in start middle or last, anywhere. Okay, repetition of vowel sound in between the words. Okay, sound in between words. Okay, so repetition of vowel sound. Okay, I will take the example. Swoops down on me. Okay, again the example from dust of snow. Again the example from dust of snow. Your point. Okay, so how? What is the repetition of vowel sound? You can observe that O sound is repeating. Okay, so in every segment you can find so many assonant sound. Okay, this is assonance. Okay, if this line is given and they will ask to mark a figure of speech, so simply you can mark assonance because you can find O sound is repeating. Okay, but when repetition of consonant sound, repetition of consonant sound in start, middle of any word. Okay, consonant sound in middle, start. Okay, so we will take the example of of a day I had you. Okay, example. Of a day I had you. Okay, this is also from dust of snow, from the same point. Okay, in this line you can see the consonant. Okay, D sound, and D sound. Starting, middle and end. The sound is repeating. So this type of sound is known as consonant sound. So this is your assonance and consonants. Okay, so very simple to identify, but you should know how to identify. Okay, these are the figure of speech or literary device used in literature to beautify the literature. Okay, next is pun. Okay, this type of literary device is used to create humor or two meaning of a word or phrase. When there is two meaning, okay, so to create humor मीन थोड़ा सा मजाक किया. ओके, मजाक करने के लिए तो वी यूज पन. ओके, ओके, एग्जाम्पल. द horse is a stable animal. Okay, how you will find it is a pun? The horse is stable, mean in this stable is giving two meaning. Okay, stable is the place where horse live. Or stable mean in rest. Okay, so this line give two meaning. The horse is a stable animal, mean the horse जो स्टेबल में रहता है, या horse is a stable animal, कि horse एक शांत पशु है. ओके, तो इट गिव टू मीनिंग, तो वी कॉल इट पन. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज euphemism. Actually this commonly you are using your day-to-day language. Euphemism. Okay, I'll tell you the meaning, automatically you will understood. You cannot abuse anyone directly, you cannot criticize anyone directly. Okay, so what you will do, you will take another step. Okay, घुमा फिरा के बात बोलोगे उसे. Okay, beating the bush around. So this is euphemism. Okay, means bad words or bad thing, yeah, wrong thing conveyed, wrong thing or criticism made in a decorative way, in a decorative way, not to harass the feeling of any other people. Okay, when we convey wrong things, or we tell the fact, not only wrong thing, if we have to tell the bitter truth we cannot say on the face. So what we have to do, we have to okay another manner, okay, mean a decorative manner, okay, so that he will not feel bad and the message is conveyed. For example, okay, you are telling me a fairy tale, you are telling me a fairy tale. Okay, you are telling me a fairy tale. Okay, तो by example what you can say, आप मुझे कहानी सुना रहे हो. Okay, no, we have conveyed, mean you are telling truth, you are telling a lie, sorry, you are telling a lie, mean तुम झूठ बोल रहे हो. If you will say like that, okay, we will harass him, okay, he will be annoyed. So how we can say in a decorative way, you are telling me a fairy tale, understood? So we avoid this type of word, okay, in society. So we don't want to spoil our relation. So what we can say in this fashion, okay, this is euphemism, okay, this is a style when we have to say the bitter truth but we cannot say it directly, understood? हमें कड़वा सच बोलना होता है लेकिन हम डायरेक्टली नहीं बोल पाते हैं. सो हमें एक अनदर ऑप्शन डेकोरेटिव वे से हम बोलते हैं, अंडरस्टूड? नाउ नेक्स्ट इज personification. Next is personification. It is very common, okay, every time it is asked in the exam. Personification, simile and metaphor, okay, these are very common. Personification. Personification means personify anything. When we put the quality of human in animal or thing, understood? हम जो ह्यूमन बीइंग की क्वालिटी when we put inside animal or thing, okay, mean living being, also non-living, we can say like that, non-living and animal. Okay, it will create a doubt in your mind, so we will keep this only, okay, human being, animal and thing. Okay, we will take the example for, okay, love is blind. Is it possible? Love is having any eye? It is a personification. Mean love don't have any eye. Okay, eyes is having living being or human being. Okay, animal also having, but we have compared it with such a thing. Okay. Secondary thing, fire engulfed the whole forest. The fire engulfed the whole forest. ओके, एंगल, ओके, गले लगाना. फायर किसको गले लगा सकती है? ओके, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. देन आल्सो वी आर सेइंग इट, दैट्स मीन वी आर पर्सोनिफाइंग. ओके, किसी चीज को कन्वे करने का एक तरीका है. ओके, दिस इज पर्सोनिफिकेशन व्हिच इज नॉट पॉसिबल बट वी आर यूजिंग द टर्म टू पर्सोनिफाई, टू इलैबोरेट द थिंग्स मोर डेकोरेटिव वे. Okay, now hyperbole. Okay, this is used to explain the thing more elaborately. Okay, थोड़ा बढ़ा चढ़ा के बोलना, किसी चीज को थोड़ा सुपीरियर प्रूव करना. Okay, it is a overstatement for the sake of making it greater. Okay, hyperbole means overstatement. Overstatement to make it greater. To make it greater. For example, if we will take example, I have not met him for so many days. I have not met him for a long time. Okay, it is a simple statement. Okay, it is a very simple statement. Okay, if you will write the statement, I have not met him for ages. Okay, in this segment we have used the word ages, and this is the significant. Okay, how it signifies that it is a hyperbole? Because it has elaborating. Okay, means for long time what we have used ages. Okay, so in this fashion we have conveyed the same thing, but we have beautified it. Okay, थोड़ा सा इसको elaborate किया हमने, बढ़ा चढ़ा के. वो for ages या for centuries, for decades. We can use this type of term to elaborate. Okay, one more example we can take. Okay, example of hyperbole. He runs fast. Okay, mean it is simple statement. Okay, if we will write faster than light, mean we have elaborated. Okay, so this type of statement is known as, it is hyperbole. It is simple statement. It is simple statement, and it is hyperbole. Okay, same thing we have conveyed in a glorified manner. Okay, in a bigger manner, in a greater manner. So we can say it is hyperbole. Okay, last is onomatopoeia. Very interesting onomatopoeia you will find in your literature also. Onomatopoeia, when there is sound, when there is sound of animal, birds or anything. Okay, so when we express sound, onomatopoeia. Okay, the word evoke the actual sound. It represent, it show, it express the actual sound. It express the actual sound. Okay, so when sound, it express the sound, and this technique is known as onomatopoeia. We will take example. Buzz goes the bee. Okay. Okay. It is the line of a rhyme. Okay. Buzz goes the bee. Means this is the sound. Buzzing sound. It represents a sound. So we will call it onomatopoeia. At night the wind was howling in darkness. Okay. At night wind was howling in the darkness. Okay, so in this segment, this is the sound. Okay, it is the speedy sound of wind. Okay, so this type of term is used. Okay, so we can say which device is used, onomatopoeia is used. So these So now I conclude with this topic. Okay, so we have discussed the figure of speech. In figure of speech, mostly the term. Okay, there are so many. There are 29 or 30 figure of speech. Okay, but we have commonly 10 or 12. These are discussed in your literature portion. So I have segregated them and discussed with you all. Okay, you have to revise it so that during the time when we will read the literature section, okay, this term will come. Okay, at that time we will revise also. So make a note of it and revise it. Okay, I hope you understood the lecture. Thanks a lot to all of you. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.